Hello and welcome to Illustrious Magic. This is What Is Games with Gold, January 2016. I'm Steven Santana, and I'll be walking you through what is now available for Xbox One and Xbox 360 games with gold for January of this year. So, first off, on Xbox 360, we have Dirt Showdown. Now, this is available from January 1st until the 15th. Once it is expired, Deus Ex Human Revolution on the 16th will take over its spot. But for now, let's focus on Dirt Showdown. So this is a vehicle combat game. It has a mission-based structure. I like the introduction. It goes straight from a introductory cutscene straight into the gameplay, so that was pretty cool. It was also a little funny because they said Nevada, and I live in Nevada, so kind of hearing the strange East Coast accent was a little strange, because usually they'll refer to it as Nevada or something like that. But anyway, the menu items also fall from the sky and are 3D objects instead of text, so I thought that was a nice touch. So basically the missions are broken down into about 3 different categories, at least as far as what I played in the opening stages, basically. So they have races, where you can take out other players. Then you have one which is basically smash, where you simply smash until the time runs out and you have to get the highest score. And then the other mode is where you have to race a separate car and complete objectives. So basically you have a separate rival car who's on the same stage as you, but you're on separate tracks. But you both have to complete the same objectives, and it's kind of like a race to see who can do it first. So those are the 3 main modes. The races are the most fun, I would say, because it's not like a race in Forza or Gran Turismo, where you obviously can't crash into other cars. But in this game, it reminded me a little bit of Mad Max vehicle combat, where it very much wants you to boost and ram into other cars in order to disable them and take them out of the race. And then it also has a little bit like the Burnout crash camera, where you can actually pause and then hit a button that specifically will pop up and say, hey, look at this cool crash from this different camera angle that we have. So that was pretty cool. Other than that, there isn't a lot else to it. You earn money, and you can purchase more cars or upgrade the cars you already have. And then there's a bunch of different locations. The main ones that I had in the early was San Francisco and Miami. But there are other locations that you can visit, although the actual visual variety there isn't very much. I mean, sure, the backdrop is like the Golden Gate Bridge, but because they're always focused on the track and the camera kind of focuses more on the downward than showing you the skybox, you're really not going to notice anything different. The other game is Killer Instinct Season 2 for the Xbox One. Now, this is going to be available for the entire month of January. Next up is Zero's, a side-scroller for the Xbox One. That will become available for free on the 16th, just like Deus Ex Human Revolution. Now, Killer Instinct Season 2 is basically another fighting game. The combo assist just lets me button mash in single player, which is nice because I do not have the time or the energy required to actually do basically dedicate myself to one game that is a fighting game that I will master. However, of course, like any other game, Killer Instinct does have a dojo where you can train to learn actual mechanics. However, I mostly stuck to story mode and just kind of wailed away and mashed buttons in single player in order to win. Also, I set up a CPU versus CPU fight, but because I think I had the difficulty toned down, it wasn't like they were expert level players going at each other. They were kind of just like medium difficulty AIs just pummeling away at each other in taking turns almost. So yeah, as with all fighting games, it requires a lot of intention and effort if you want to become good. So you basically, you get out what you put into it, but I just don't have time for that. But it is a great value, I think, because it includes a majority of Season 1 and Season 2 for Killer Instinct, which is pretty much all of the major content they've put out for that game. It starts out, or it still is, a free-to-play fighter, where they basically will rotate out characters that you can play for free, which is a lot like a MOBA, where they will rotate characters, or you can purchase a character and then have them permanently. So they have that set up. But due to Games with Gold, you can now actually get all of that content for free. And this was also a launch title, so it's been nice to see them supporting it. And Season 3 is actually going to be happening sometime in 2016. I remember seeing a news story earlier this morning about Season 3 coming to PC first, I believe. I don't know if that's 100% true. But yeah, so I mean that's basically the Games with Gold for January 2016, at least the first half. Deus Ex Human Revolution, everyone likes that. It'll be interesting to get into the first hour, and then also to check out Zeros, a side-scroller game that I really know nothing about, but we'll find out if that's good or not. So if you like this, you can subscribe to our channel, check out all the other dumb stuff me and my friends do, and then you can follow me on Twitter at @8axel. And other than that, as always, thank you for watching.
I'm afraid your path ends here.
Supreme victory!